So if we do the assessment again, hopefully there's something that we're picking up just by looking at it. Yeah. So this beer, the first thing you should notice, it's what I would say it's bright beer versus the previous examples we've had are deliberately hazy beers. Now, if we've got any camera members in the audience, they wouldn't call this a bright beer. It's still got a little bit of haze on it, so it's not cast bright. But it's certainly a lot brighter. So we had the question earlier. Well, what gives the haze in the beer? And in this case, it's actually a pretty similar malt bill, but the key difference is it's a different yeast used to ferment this beer. So you get an interaction between compounds that are naturally derived from the hops and the malt that interact with the yeast. In the case of Falls and Parker that we've had, we use a yeast called London Ale 3. We use that deliberately. Yeast has a number of things that we want from it, but one of the key things is it provides this stable haze where you get this interaction with the hop and the malt chemicals. In this case, we've deliberately used a different yeast strain because we want this beer to have this bright appearance. So this is a yeast strain called US05, and it's a very, you can see some people nodding along, very classic yeast strain used for this kind of West Coast style IPA. So this is a particular type of West Coast called a Cali or California IPA, which is particularly pale, and it's a little bit moderated in terms of the bitterness and some of the more extreme dank and piney flavours. This one's a little bit more fruity, but it's we still should find that there's pine flavours. Yeah. Again, a lot of citrus. It's Pacific Coast, so again we're using, I think this one's also got Citra hops in. You can tell which hops we quite like. So let me know your thoughts. What are we getting that's different on this beer versus Falls? In terms of, say, how does it feel when you take a sip? Yeah, for sure.
But sharp, like it hits you straight away, whereas Falls is really late on in the sort of drinking.
Yeah.
You feel the flavour late, whereas this is like boom.
Yeah, exactly right. So it is, the body on this beer is a little bit thinner, and we want to do that because this particular style, we want to accentuate the bitterness, we want to accentuate some of those more woody, piney, floral flavours as well. We think it works quite nice to balance those flavours with a lot of the fruit flavours that we like as well. So there's a little bit of a New Zealand hop called Riwaka, which adds some complexity to the citrus flavours. But yeah, overall this one's moving a little bit away from pure fruity flavours like the last one was. So yeah.